Live.
All right.
All right. Once again, the camera is looking like I should
Worse
correct
for
it.
wear?
Probably shouldn't have run it over with my car.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah, the instruction manual says not to do that. But it's such a hard time just following, Sometimes you just toss it in the street and you crush it up.
That's
do
true.
people in your neighborhood, people in my neighborhood, when it snows bad, some people will take their car and drive it into the street and then clear the snow off their car.
I've not seen that.
You've not seen that? That's what people in my... I think it's not particularly nice.
No.
Because often they're doing it kind of like in the morning after the plows have been through. Mm-hmm. And so they're just kind of leaving piles of snow in the street. And I'm like, well, that's your snow. That belongs in your yard.
Exactly. Your neighborhood, I don't know if a plow went through and really ripped up the road.
Oh my God, it's awful.
It's really bad.
Horrendous. I think it's probably a combination of the plows. I think my particular street was resurfaced probably 11 or 12 years ago, but the main road it's looking a little rough.
Yeah.
I don't know what the dealio is, but it could use a little help.
It could use a whole repave.
It's Illinois though, so it's not like there's any money.
No.
All of the tolls that they take go straight into our. Oh no, they line the pockets of the people who represent us.
Ah.
Why would they ever open up the toll booths ever again?
They're not going to.
Yeah, because they found out they can just be a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. Like they used to have toll booths where you had to give your $2 and then you could keep driving. But now they're like, well, now we can just force people to figure out how to pay us. Mm-hmm. Or if they decide not to, we give them a huge fine after 7 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hello, Brett S. Lucky Bad ZWQ.
In many states, there are no tolls.
Yeah.
You can just drive on the roads. Or you pay extra for faster lanes.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Illinois, they smash you with tolls.
Mm-hmm. Don't drive.
Yeah, because Illinois
motto.
has such great public transportation.
Yeah, exactly. Especially here.
Mm-hmm.
ZNBQ, Jay supports redistribution of snow wealth.
Yes! You know what? They're really giving me a gift of extra snow.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, what do I got to do? Today, I want to get all the shirts done. I have 55 minutes. I bet I can get all the shirts done. Because... Oh, can you hear me? Because I am going to use some contrast paints.
Ah.
Some contrast apothecary whites. When I drove through Chicago, I almost got caught without cash for the fucking city toll booth. Fucking hell. Yeah. We routed it through the city for some reason and have to pay for the city to take care of it.
Exactly.
Brett S. Contrast is cheating. Oh my God, the Discord today. We were having lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's Luke. Hey guys, today is an awesome but sad day. I got a new PC, but I'm having to let go my old PC connected to so many memories.
You should frame it.
Or do something like cathartic, like shoot it or run it over with your car.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm sure it has lots and lots of sentimental value, but you could also just, back up your files and put them on the new computer.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just YOLO and start fresh, which
I think-
honestly is probably a good move too.
Yeah, and maybe a 21 gun salute. I don't know. I think that would be good. Their full military honors.
Mm-hmm. CNBQ. A moment of silence for yes, it's Luke's old PC. CNBQ, give it the whole Office Space treatment. Back up in your ass with the resurrection. It's a group harder than an erection that's shown no affection. It's from a movie. It's from a very good movie called Office Space. Everyone should watch it. And there's a great channel on YouTube, Flash Gets. I don't know if they upload to YouTube anymore because they kept getting their content taken down for blatant violations of copyright.
Mm-hmm.
But they have some really fun stuff. Flash Gets. Most of their videos, I think, are now hosted on their own private website, but you can find re-uploads of their older stuff on YouTube. Silver Bros, greeting from Chile. Love your vids. Well, thanks. We love you.
Well, that's a little strong.
Well, if you subscribed and liked, then we love you. Otherwise.
Yeah. Or dislike.
Or disliked.
You can also dislike.
Mm-hmm. Happy Heretic. Wog! Alex M. My name is Jeff, the flashiest get.
Your name's Jeff. It's actually Alex.
Yeah, it sure does look like your name. Have you stolen Alex's identity? Or at least his Google account?
I love identity fraud. It's one of my favorite frauds.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year. It's also a quote from The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Joy Flores. Chicago gave me the Chicago dog. Surely that gives it a pass. Also, good evening, all. You know, I also miss the hot dog. You can't get a hot dog from anywhere anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good hot dog.
That sounds like such an old man problem. You can't even get a hot dog anywhere around here.
They used to have. There's a great local restaurant called the Townie Square Diner, or the Townie Square Restaurant and Diner, and they used to serve a hot dog, but they took it off the menu.
Wow.
How hard is it to keep a pack of hot dogs around? Too many people were ordering a real meal, and so now they don't have hot dogs on the menu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you try suing them? Because that sounds like that's a suable offense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm hoping that Corona squashes them, because I'm sure they're not essential like McDonald's or Taco Bell.
Yes.
You know, people don't need to eat from a locally owned business that's been there since, 1942.
Mm-hmm.
Xenia BQ. I've been stranded in Chicago for days and I'll always hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Heretic. Jay is actually an 85-year-old man.
I knew it.
Little known fact.
I mean, with all that Special K you eat,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably a 50-year-old
I do love
58-year-old
Special K
woman.
cereal. Special K red berries. Woof.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
You put some milk in there, let it dissolve. You can just gum that shit.
A little low-fat almond milk.
Yeah.
Chase it with like a Yo Play Delight with some steel cut oats. Woof.
Damn. Yeah, you're gonna be ready right for church after
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, praise be.
Yep, exactly. It's perfect. Joey Flores, are you suggesting I make my own hot dog, Nick? Do I look like a savage?
Exactly.
Let Oscar make it. Oscar Mayer.
Protest. You always have Wrigley Field, Jay. Wrigley Field sucks. I
Have
mean,
you
it's
been to
kind of
Wrigley
cool,
Field?
but it sucks.
Have you done the tour and stuff?
I think I might have gone when I was like a tiny
Every
kid.
every kid has done the tour, and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't, it's just a giant money-making pit for the teams. Like, it doesn't help anything.
It's great for all of the surrounding businesses that get shut down.
Because instead of people spending their money there, they spend it at Wrigley Stadium, so that it goes right to the owners.
Well, how do you really feel?
But the construction was subsidized by the taxpayers. This is a very anti-local government episode. We're from Illinois though, so it makes sense.
Amazing.
Joy Flores. At least it's not Gary. That's true. At least it's not Gary. Yeah, Gary, Indiana looks a little rough.
Happy Heretic. Oh no, an EOB hot take. I know.
I think this is finally an instance where Jay is not wrong.
No, you're always wrong.
That's true.
You're still wrong.
Yeah, 30% of the time, it works every time.
Yes.
Gary is where Michael Jackson's from.
And he's a very clean, nothing wrong with him gentleman.
No, would never do anything wrong. Michael Jackson. Joy Flores. Speaking of hot dogs, Mexican street dogs are a gift to humanity. I don't know if I've ever had a Mexican street dog, but I have been to Mexico and seen lots of street dogs. But not the eating kind.
Well, you could eat them. I mean, why not?
It's not like they're claimed. You could eat them.
That's true.
They're not spoken for.
Right.
Tom B. Wait, do you live in Chicago? No, thank God. Tom B. Ah, gotcha. I'm Chicago, and yeah, the local government blows. ZNBQ. I'm not from Illinois. It's just a person who has to travel occasionally and has had Chicago fail me at every turn. Tom Lawbob. Hi, how you doing? Hello, Tom Lawbob. And Mondature, what's up? Happy Heretic. I'd rather drive through Miami than Chicago, and I fucking hate Miami. Miami sounds way better than Chicago. You can get a good scam going in Miami. It's hard in Chicago.
You can get a good scam going. Yeah. So how good the city is based on the scam level that you can run. The hustle level. You got a lot of tourists and stuff. I guess you have a lot of tourists in Chicago, but they're not coming really to Chicago.
No.
They'd rather go to Miami.
And see the meth gators. Gets Adderall. Maybe even catch a glimpse of Florida Man.
Oh yeah, you're going to be doing that. I mean, that's the first thing you're going to see.
In Malifaux, there's the Bayou faction, and it should just be renamed to Florida Men.
That would be very funny.
Florida Gremlins.
Love the Bayou.
Mondature. Sonara and hot dog convo. I showed up at the perfect time. Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. How is it going listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan?
Hey.
How's the podcast scene going? Joy Flores. I see Nick is clearly the foodie. Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. I always get stuck at O'Hare.
It's a pain in your hair.
Mm-hmm. Happy Heretic. Miami is a cesspool, and that's speaking as someone who lived there for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, did you get a good scam going, though? You got to get a good scam going.
You know, some subprime mortgages, maybe. You know, maybe some fake prescriptions.
Yeah, whatever Bitcoins are.
No, Dogecoin. That's what all the kids are doing these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bitcoin. You know, what are you, a grandpa?
I mean, we have established you're an established 85-year-old.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Nick's bar mitzvah is actually next week.
That's true.
Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Going well. It's great. ZNBQ. Want to take the train? Chicago is the only Amtrak hub, so all the trains are delayed and stuck in Chicago. Flying, there are 2 airports in Chicago. Both of them are overburdened. All flights delayed.
Hell yeah. Yeah, but we're renovating a bunch of buildings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of public spaces and theaters and...
Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. We've been on break for February, and I have to admit I've painted so much. It makes me not want to come back from the break. Well, just paint while you're interviewing and podcasting.
There you go. Exactly. It's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Monteur, it's hot dog wrapped in bacon, topped with onion, pinto beans, tomatoes, mayo, and jalapenos. How on earth is all of that contained within the bun? But it sounds amazing, and I want it.
Gotta get a big bun, hun.
Mm-hmm. you double wrap it in hot dog buns?
Give it a double wrap.
Do love a good hot dog. There was a fun little hot dog place right near me that closed like
I remember
5 or 6 years ago. Probably longer. You could get a hot dog for like 75 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why it closed.
Yeah. You know what, though? I do wonder why it closed, because everyone went there.
That's true.
You know, I mean, that was like the like a lot of the high schoolers would go there.
Yeah. ZNBQ drive through Chicago? This is the Dan Ryan Expressway, and how we spell fuck you. Also, 5 interstates intersect here.
Hell yeah.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. I'm too easily distracted. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Okay, so on my New Year's Eve resolution is to paint an orc this year. Help me out. What colors are the skin? Well, funnily enough, all of my orcs, for every orc in my army, I actually try to have a different paint recipe. So if you look, all of these guys are unique. Basically, I go through my paint collection, I grab a base, paint it up, I grab a shade or something dark enough to make into a shade. I paint with that, and then I go back and highlight everything. But if you want the winner, what was the winner? This guy was my particular favorite, and he was painted with P3 paints. He was painted with a base color of Formula P3 Worm Green, which is kind of a lime color. And then I made a shade with some P3 Gnarls green. And I feel like this works really well for orc skin. Znewbie Q-tips $5. Downvote to express dislike and or hatred of the municipalities of Chicago.
You heard him.
Mm-hmm. Struck a nerve today.
Yeah.
It's because I did a lot of driving today.
Ah, that is true. But you didn't go to Chicago.
No, I didn't. I just got mad at the roads.
Mm.
A lot of cops out today.
Ah, yes.
A lot of cops.
Mm-hmm. Quota.
Yep. Which I'm sure, which is definitely fake, and not real, and not a big part of how the police forces get their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you better believe I was driving the speed limit.
Wow. I'd be pulled over. I'd be one of the people pulled over. To be honest with you. Got the old lead foot going.
Mm-hmm. Joey Flores. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. Znewbie Q, you're going down a path I cannot follow. Well, then you are lost. Don't make me kill you. I will do what I must. You will try. God, that movie was existed.
Great. Mm-hmm. Mondetour. Man, hot dogs are just oddly delicious, even knowing what goes in them. Yep.
In the great movie Space Cop by the Red Letter Media Gang, they talk about what is in hot dogs in the far future. And Space Cop says that he really, really misses hot dogs. And his partner asks, does he know what's in hot dogs? And he suggests ground up horse penis and Chinese people. And then he says, at least that's what they're made of in the future.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to use my hairdryer, but it's not plugged into anything.
Happy Heretic. Speed limits are just suggestions. Mm-hmm. That's what I've always said. But you know what? Mm-hmm. The police never agree with me for some reason.
Oh my god, and now it's plugged in. It's almost like I'm not the only person in the room.
I get it. I get it indeed. I always go at least 90 miles an hour. Because I really think that's that feels like the right speed for pretty much every road. I have gotten pulled over for speeding. If you can imagine that.
Right. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. The Mandalorian was a full apology for the bad movies. Yeah, the prequels. Those were bad movies. Dr. Trokel. You know, the real reason Anakin started choking Padme on Mustafar is because she was hiding younglings in her body. Ah! Not just the men, but the women and the children. And then Padme was like, hot. Happy Heretic. Y'all know Padme was into some freaky shit. Elron Dorio. Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, practically lives off hot dogs. He is from Queens. Joey Flores. You walk a lonely road, the only road that you have ever known. Don't know where it leads, but it must be home, and you walk alone. Burn out, burn out, burn out. My shadow's the only one.
Demonetized. But like our whole channel gets taken down.
CNBQ. I don't know what we're doing anymore, but I still think Chicago is stupid. Tom Lombob. The prequels were kind of good. I don't get why people hated them. The sequels, though, were the baddest movies I have ever seen, and I love trash movies. Bob La Bob. Take it from someone who's very often wrong. It's okay to be wrong every now and then. You're wrong about this, but, you know, it's okay. Being right is overrated. You have more fun being wrong.
Wow. This is
Joey Flores tips $5 monetized.
There you go. We've been remonetized.
Yeah, just added probably 500% more income we typically get for a stream.
Yeah, this is the real hot take stream.
Mm-hmm. Moneteer. I think if you get demonetized for karaoke, it means you're doing a really good job singing. That's true.
That's true.
So we're in no danger.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Jar Jar is all the reason we need to hate. Happy Heretic. The prequels were still fun and entertaining at least. I spent the entire 2 hours of The Last Jedi just screaming, but why? Yeah, but Star Wars has never been, like, the greatest story ever told. You kind of just have to take what you get. And I know that sounds wrong. That sounds like a really wrong way to approach a movie. But a space movie about wizards fighting the bad wizards...
Yeah, I mean that's kind of high art, I believe, right?
Also, no. I mean, I totally respect if you're like, the first 3 movies are great, the prequels suck, the sequels suck, the TV shows suck. I completely respect that. The prequel people who really like the prequels but hate the sequels, I do not understand their logic. Happy Heretic. Let's go ride space camels through Space Vegas. I totally get that a little bit sucks, but it's also a little bit awesome. Brian Hoffman. Jar Jar is the strongest character in the Star Wars universe. That is very true. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jar Jar really did cause the collapse of the Great Republic. Mm-hmm. Because somehow, any senator, even somebody taking over for a senator, can enact sweeping legislation.
ZWQ tips $5. Downvote so Jay has more fun being wrong. Also $5 for wrong positivity.
Space camels are never awesome. Hashtag cancel Jay. Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. All the Star Wars talk makes me want to see Jay paint some stormtroopers. I really want to paint that dewback trooper. I saw somebody painted that for EOB Complete, and I want it. I want it. Although I think if I'm going to do Legion, it's going to be the droids. Mm-hmm. I love the droids.
The droids are really sweet.
Dr. Drokel. Spaceballs is more reverent to Star Wars than episodes 8 and 9. Come at me, Jay. I mean, I could spend all day explaining exactly how you're wrong, but I do love Spaceballs, so.
All right, sounds like our next video.
Our next video. Why everyone's wrong about Star Wars.
But we'll do that while you're building Star Wars Legion.
Ooh, oh, that's a great. You know what? We might have to do that. We might have to do that. It'll be like Goober's social justice video. It'll be like an hour long, and it'll just be footage, like in real-time footage of me painting Star Wars Legion to me talking about Star Wars. This is gonna happen. It's gonna take me a few years to write it, but then there will be peace on the internet after I've had my say, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Oh, I might have one I can send you. Ooh. I mean, we could talk a little business. You have our number? Joy Flores. Jay, convert a magma droid into a dewback. There is actually a game called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. And in that, there is actually the droids that you can control in that game. It's kind of a ripoff of Red Alert, or I've actually heard it's more closely related to Age of Empire. But there is a riding unit for the droids. But they don't ride dewbacks, they ride kind of a mechanical horse robot.
Mechanical bull.
More like a mechanical spider, really. But I've always kind of wanted to build one. There is the concept art is available online. And so I wouldn't mind, maybe one day if I ever get my 3D modeling chops up. A droid probably wouldn't be that hard because it's all going to be real shapes, not like organics. Brian Hoffman, I really want some Legion clone troopers. Me too. Every time I rewatch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, it gets me jazzed. It gets me jazzed to put a little Star Wars on the paint bench. Also, the Star Wars TV shows are kind of just better than any of the movies. Dr. Jokel, so I'll watch the video with mute on. Got it. Whatever you got to do to get us that watch time.
Yep. And as long as you're watching the video.
ZNBQ. And expressing wrong positivity. ZNBQ. Few years, you could just string the times you've ranted on stream. That's true. It's all written.
True. Oh my gosh. We just go through all of the streams and just cut it all up. cut up all of the Star Wars ranting from all of the streams. That'd be perfect.
Dexter Jetster was the best Star Wars character. Change my mind. Yeah, those movies were good, but the new movies are bad. Dexter Jetster knows what a greasy spoon diner knows what a Camino Saber Dart is, but how the hell does Rey know what the Force is? You know, like literally, like religion in Star Wars. Joy Flores. Jay speaks to me as if I wasn't there when the scripture that was Galactic Battlegrounds was written. Don't speak to me about the deep lore, witch. I was there when it was written. Gun guns were the best. Gun guns were epic in that game. The gun energy shields. I mean, the Fombas. It was great. Viper 98. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? For me, it's number 3. Revenge of the Sith. I would probably say my favorite is the first one, Star Wars 77. Then probably it's a toss-up between Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens. Those are both tied, I think, for second favorite.
And it's not Force Awakens, according to the internet.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Okay, we're totally going to get this do-back thing happening. I'll shoot you an email. I mean, that's amazing.
Love it.
We have our patrons on Patreon select what I paint, but for the next one, it's just going to be 3 pictures of the same do-back that they can pick from.
That'd be great. Change the background color. Done deal.
Yeah, I think Star Wars 70. I get why Empire is the superior movie, but Empire doesn't work without 77 Star Wars. 77 Star Wars is a masterpiece. Dr. Jokol. I mean, do you know Dexter Jettster's backstory? He didn't always flip burgers and pull his pants up over his butt crack. Brett asks, let's pick the color scheme. No! George Lucas already picked the color scheme. And it was like black spray paint because they built that thing on set like minutes before they shot the movie. Significant. Okay, this month you can choose the Dewback Trooper, the Dewback, or the Trooper on Dewback. Joy Flores. If it's a tail shot of the Dewback, that gets my vote.
Amazing.
I do love a good Dewback. There's a great Star Wars book. It's written by a wonderful artist named, or it's illustrated by a brilliant artist named Terry Whitlatch. She used to be a paleontological illustrator. She did dinosaurs for books. And she was actually one of the lead artistic designers for creatures for The Phantom Menace. A lot of the Phantom Menace creatures are her design. I think she designed all the underwater creatures. She designed most of the new aliens and most of the new like monsters and things that we see in that movie. And she did it's called The Wildlife Guide to Star Wars, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful source book if you can get your hands on it. Terry Whitlatch. I want my Mountain Dew back. Ooh, speaking of Mountain Dew back. So today I went to Walgreens and I got this. It's Mountain Dew Major Melon. It's not very good.
No?
No. I'd say it's probably worse than regular Mountain Dew.
How's it worse?
It's not awful. I mean, it just tastes like... I guess it just tastes like watermelon candy.
I mean, that sounds intriguing to me.
I don't love watermelon that much. It's fine. I think I would probably pick regular Mountain Dew. But if, obviously Baja trumps all of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're not a
Baja
monster.
is king.
Somehow you can't be wrong about that.
Jerry Flores. I remember playing Star Wars Galaxies and finally getting a Dewback mount. I would ride that thing across the deserts of Tatooine, even though it was slow as hell in game. Dragon Knight. I'm looking for some tank busters. I'm not a huge fan of the resin kit. Any recommendations to convert them? Oh, I converted myself up a squad of tank busters. No problem. I think in the boys kit you get a rocket launcher. And in the Luda Burna kit, you have a rocket launcher, and most orc players have bought those kits. So there's two. And then the boys kit I know comes with a couple of like landmines, so you can put those in your orc's hands and kind of make them a little bit of a suicide thing. Like they run up and they put the landmine on the tank and explode. So that'll give you like 3 bombs. And then the Knob kit and the boys kit also come with a whole bunch of stick grenades. So just glue those all over your last 2 boys, and there you got 5. I don't even remember the name of them anymore. You got 5 tank busters. Listen to Paint Try with Mike and Dan. Just sent the email. Well, can't wait.
Yeah. We'll get back to you after the stream.
Thanks, listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan.
Yeah.
I just got into Malifaux. How am I going to get into Legion now? I only have so many no hobby dollars left. Speaking of, I need a black wash.
Red S, I don't love watermelon that much, but I bought this watermelon flavored soda.
Well, I had to try. I love me some soda pop. I'm always trying new soda pops. I do love though reviews like that where people are like, I fucking hate Chinese food, and this restaurant was no different. Although I also love the reviews where people are like, I have a great sense of humor, but this comedian was not for me.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. I know what's funny, but
funny.
this was not funny.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I bet you're not very funny.
Actually, I'm a comedian, and I find no other comedian funny but me.
El Rondorio, Knob kits have the Shuda rocket launchers. That is true. The Knob arms might be a little bit tricky to get on boy bodies, but it's probably doable. That could get you a couple more rocket launchery things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like tank buses would be a good unit for kill team.
Ah, they would.
I guess, though, boys can already take the rocket launcher, right? And you just wouldn't want to.
Yes. It's really not worth it.
You know, it hits on a 5-up, but it's a heavy, so if they move, it's 6-up. Which means in a game that lasts 5 rounds average, you may shoot it once.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no... Yep. Yeah. It's not great.
Sammy 3D, hello. Dragon Knight, nice. I'll see what bits I can stumble across. New to orcs.
Neat.
Yeah, and you should maybe try to reach out to like people who play orcs, because I'm sure they got the bits.
Ah, that's true. Put out a join a Facebook group.
Mm-hmm. Or just go down to your local shop. If you've seen our recent video on how to build orc knobs, you can sometimes trade fast food for bits.
You get a Baja Blast for a bit.
I'll trade you an orc burn a blasta for a Baja Blast.
Vapor 98. Who else thinks Amy Schumer's funny? Honestly, please tell me. Or tell me, please.
She's very hit or miss for me. Sometimes she's really funny, and sometimes she's not. I don't find her stand-up that funny, but I find some of her skits and movies funny.
I agree. As a comedian, I actually don't find her funny at all, because I'm the only funny comedian that exists.
Yeah.
I also do comedy writing, where I write about comedy.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. I got a split. Got to run to Walmart to buy Band-Aids because I'm starting a new model. And at some point, I'm going to put the X-Acto through my fingers. Well, good night. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. And if you can, get the fun Band-Aids with the printing on them. Maybe a little SpongeBob or Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, Disney princesses.
It helps. It really does help the wound heal faster.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my white paint? I should be using my good white paint, but it's not within reach, so I'm going to use this Army Painter. Blue? Am I going mad? I thought this was white. I swear to God, I was reaching for a white Army Painter paint.
Well, apparently you were not.
Only got 10 minutes left. I gotta find it.
But stay topical and get Star Wars Band-Aids. That's
true. Dr. Jokel, I have never cut myself with an X-Acto or any other knife. I was born with a knife in my hands. It was very problematic for my mom.
Yeah.
Mondetier. Wally makes the boo-boos heal. Wally. Damn, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
I watched that movie in Tlaxcala, Mexico. And it was fine. I can speak very poor Spanish, and I can sort of understand it for the most part. But luckily, Wally has like no words in it, so I got that movie.
Mm-hmm. Is that the best Pixar movie?
Boy, it might be. I do love Ratatouille.
I love Ratatouille. That's exactly what I was thinking. Ratatouille is really good. I haven't seen any of the new ones.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
beyond Toy Story 3, I have not seen a Pixar movie. I don't think.
I saw Toy Story 3 in theaters.
Me too. The ending is very sad.
It is. It's sad, but it's also good.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when they're going into the furnace. Holy cow. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Delta. What is the best 40K model, and why is it the Lord of Skulls? Did you watch Kiriat's video today? Because I did. It was great. I don't like the Lord of Skulls very much. I think I talked about it in one of the top 5 lists.
Mm-hmm.
It's still cool, but it's like it's just a little much. It's a little much for me. Mon Detour. WALL-E is one of my top 5 movies of all, or top fave movies of all time. It's so good. Vape 98. Up is best. God, Pixar has some.
Up is good.
Has some movies that absolutely slap. Up is a great movie.
ZNibbyQ. I love Pixar, but some of their movies are harder to love than others.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be the case.
Cars 2.
Cars 2. Or Cars 1. I don't love Cars 1.
Mm-hmm.
I say WALL-E's a masterpiece. Oh, did they do Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Finding Nemo's pretty good. Boy, what else? I mean, Toy Story. And Toy Story 2. Exactly. I don't know if we need to bring such language into the stream, but
I know. But
isn't the Incredibles a Pixar movie? That's true.
It is.
Damn. I know it's DreamWorks, but y'all watch Ants. Ants is pretty good. Monsters Inc.
You mean Bugs Life?
I remember the war scene in Ants messed me up as a kid. When he's holding his friend's head. Or the scene where a kid's playing with a magnifier and like melting the ants.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's pretty intense.
Cosmic Spud. Dem orcs look good.
Yeah.
John Johnson. A Bug's Life is better. It's been a while since I've seen Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is pretty darn good. Ants is good too, though. I think it's a toss-up for me. I mean, I haven't seen either of them since I was 10.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Yeah. Or the ants being melted by the beetles. Yeah! Yeah, that war scene is intense. I don't even remember why. Oh, he went off to war because he traded places with the warrior bug. Or with the warrior ants. Because he wasn't happy with his life as a digger ant.
A little crazy that you can remember details.
I know movies. I know,
but that's you can't remember what you were doing at 10.
No.
You can remember the movie?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Bugs Life. Dave Filoni for the win. Did Dave Filoni do Bugs Life? That's awesome. He brought that intensity into the Clone Wars. Steven Lyon. Howdy, y'all. Howdy.
Happy Heretic. Why isn't my plastic glue working on my resin mini?
You know what? I think you just have to use more.
Yeah, there you go.
Elrond. Yeah, in Ants, the Woody Allen ant trades places with the Sylvester Stallone ants. Was it Woody Allen? That's problematic.
That is problematic.
Hashtag Ants is canceled.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back in time and cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
ZNBQ. Well, if someone made a movie about what happened at 10, Nick. Yeah, that's true.
Bo Burnham did. It's great.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I would say, I think 8th grade's a little older.
That's true.
13. Completely different.
Yeah.
Well, it is a very good movie. That scene that sticks in my head, where she's on the phone and she's walking back and forth, camera's just whipping back and forth, like, and you could really feel the anxiety that she's having. It's a beautiful scene.
It gets me when she's at the party she didn't really want to go to, and then the mom is like, "Let's all get a picture," and she hides in the back, and then the mom's like, "Oh, you out front? You're so short," and she has to go to the front.
Yeah. It's a very good movie.
Mm-hmm. Whiskey Tango. It should be a crime to label plastic glue as glue in the first place. It's a total lie. Well, it does say plastic in front of it, though. So I don't know if it's a total lie. Although, I don't know. Here, good old Jay sticking up for big glue.
I know. Jeez. You're on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
No matter what you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You like Games Workshop just a little bit? Oh, I guess you just work for Games Workshop now.
Yep. Dr. Drokel, it's amazing that Jay can remember so much from a movie he watched at 10, yet he represses the memories of Star Wars sequels so much he has led himself to believe that they were good. I think, it sounds like you got to the bottom of it. It couldn't be that they're just okay. They're just pretty good movies.
Brett asks, is there anything you don't shill for, Jay?
I don't know. I'm a pretty big shill.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't we all wish we were a shill?
Yeah.
Making bank?
I don't shill for Apple.
That's
Although
true.
I use a lot of Apple products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're on thin ice.
Mm-hmm.
And you not supporting them is going to crash the company.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of science fiction Disney movies, anybody see Treasure Planet? Treasure Planet slaps. The movie is so good. LOL, big glue. CNBQ. Get in all that wrong positivity reps.
Yeah.
First big dental and now big glue. Hashtag cancel Jay Harder. Whiskey Tango. Unpopular opinion, the original Star Wars are overrated. You know what? I agree and disagree. Like, the original Star Wars are classic. They changed cinema forever. But, when I show them to my friends, they usually don't care. It's kind of a thing you had to see growing up to really appreciate.
Yep.
Yeah, because otherwise, these are kind of good science fiction movies. There's a lot of kind of good science fiction movies out there. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, but there wasn't in 1977. I had the VHS tapes growing up. I watched them 10 times every single day. Mm-hmm. As I was jumping on the couch with my laser rifle made of socks and toilet paper rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Hoffman. Could you give one of those orcs a face tat? Maybe. Probably not, though. I think I'm going to save the face tats for my sneaky boys. Commandos.
Perfect.
Miguel Mora, Treasure Planet was ahead of its time. Yeah, it was. It was so good. There's a rumor, there's a sneaky kind of a conspiracy theory that Disney actually marketed it poorly because they were hoping it did bad so that they could get support to pivot to 3D animation, which was much cheaper and kind of it gave just as much value at the box office as traditional hand-drawn 2D animation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the original trailer, like Disney is crazy good at marketing, but the original trailer for that movie sucks.
Hmm.
ZNBQ. I remember... Oop, this chat's scrolling too fast. I remember the Treasure Planet toys at McDonald's. You had to collect all the pieces of the robot. ZNBQ. The original Star Wars was indeed overrated, but they were also actually pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. I would say 77 Star Wars is pretty amazing. But yeah, it's like... I get why they changed so many people's lives after seeing them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that does make sense.
John Johnson. Jar Jar was supposed to be the main evil Dark Lord. The Emperor guy, Aspartine, or whatever, was an afterthought. Lucas thought it was a bad idea. Whiskey Tango. What orc sub-faction are you going for? Man, all these questions about the orc sub-factions. I didn't even know about these. I don't know if they're hitting a little harder in 8th and 9th edition or what, or if they were always really popular. My orcs are just kind of generic orcs, and I'm painting them up with the inspiration being Mad Max Fury Road. So I'll probably just pick the orc clan that gives me the best rules.
Wait, what? But if it's not painted like them, then you're cheating. That's what Games Workshop told me.
Mm-hmm.
Buy more models.
Happy Heretic. Treasure Planet was one of the most underrated Disney movies, along with The Emperor's New Groove. Totally agree. Those two movies rock hard. And The Emperor's New Groove is like an hour long. It's so short. Everyone watch it. El Mandario. Did everyone see the live interview, the live pre-recorded interview that was not live, with some dude with Nick and Jay? I can't remember the interview. Well, we were on Heath at Murder Time in the Hobby Basements podcast, and we were on Mike and Dan's podcast. Which let me scroll up to remember their name.
Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and
Listen
Dan.
to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. We were on Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan, and it was super fun. ZNBQ. I think Treasure Planet's marketing was a mess because 2 years earlier, Titan AE failed hard. I don't even know what Titan AE is. Didn't sleep on Iron Giant, the best animated movie. Iron Giant might have been when I was 7. That movie, it was good. I haven't seen it in years and years and years.
And you don't remember it?
I mean, I remember a good amount of it. I remember the Iron Giant puts on the Superman S.
And you just recite the whole thing.
I remember he sacrifices himself to save everyone, but then at the very end he rebuilds because he has the power to rebuild. And the little bolt that the kid kept to remember him by kind of jumps out the window, and you see him rebuilding. Yeah, spoiler alerts. If they're Mad Max based, you should do some face tats. That is true. Joey Flores, I guess you're not getting the do back now. Oh no!
I remembered it though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the name. I always remember the name.
Yeah. Whiskey Tango. Can you say "badoink a doink" in your best orc voice? Badoink a doink.
Perfect. I hope that's going to be for something.
yeah. Clip that and use it against us.
Yeah, in a court of law.
All right, folks, it is about that time. I didn't get all the shirts completely done, but that's okay. I got them like 80% done. So finishing the shirts up tomorrow. We had a video out today. We'll have a video out Wednesday.
Exactly, and we'll be back with another stream at 9 p.m. Central.
Yeah, we will.
Join us tomorrow.
Good night, everyone. Don't forget to watch Treasure Planet and The Emperor's New Groove.
Perfect.
Good